Hey, what's up, anime fans? Now it's time for part 2. Now, I didn't really plan to make a part 2, but unfortunately I stopped recording by accident because somebody was Skyping me, and technically I didn't feel like doing that all over again, so I would record like over 12 to 13 minutes of footage, and, I decided, what, screw it, I'll make a part 2 and put this on my Straw Hat Ninja 89 account instead of my Anime Game Freak channel. So you know what, this will be finally on my Straw Hat Ninja 89 account, and also maybe I'll try to put my Rayman Origins review on there as well, or my Anime Game Freak channel. I'm not sure which one, but whatever. Anyways, moving on. So yeah. Anywho, now let's move on with where I left off in part 2, actually, would that have to be the animation. Now, as I mentioned before with Gonzo, and how their animation quality is good at first, but at the same time, you do notice some errors here and there. While in this one, it seems very crispy, clean, and very good. Like, I noticed no flaws with the animation whatsoever. The animation was smooth, fluent, and worked really good. Both daytime and nighttime effects were really good. It just worked out very well, and I'm very glad that Gonzo really took their time with this one, even though for a series so short for 24 episodes. It was still very well done, especially if you watch this in HD. Holy crap, you will even see yourself, especially how the effects are when there's actually a fight scene going on in the series, which is cool. The next thing that I really like about the series is the music. I guess we should start off with the opening and the ending theme, and then I'll go on to the OST. The opening for this is actually very good and very, very deep. I really like it. It's very good. It has a catchy melody to it. It's actually one of my top favorite anime openings of all time, pretty much. It's actually very good. There's actually two versions to this opening, actually, when it gets to around episode, I think, 13 or 14. Because I know a certain anime do this when it's like a short series, and when it gets to like its second coming of climax or second half season, whatever, they change the opening cinematic, but they keep the same song. This is exactly what Black Cat does. They do the same thing. So there's two versions, and there's two endings to it. Ending one is pretty good. It's pretty cutesy, and pretty much, pretty funny. I kind of like it. The second opening is very, very. It's kind of not slow. It's more R&B-ish, you can say, but it's pretty good too. A pretty nice song. It sounds a little. Yeah, it sounds a little too deep at first, but it's pretty good. I like it. Now we go on to the OST. The OST is just beautiful. I love the OST for this anime. It's very good. I don't know who the music director is, but holy shit is this edgy ass music. It kind of feels like you're watching one of those like comic book movies from like Marvel or something. It's actually very good. Some of the OSTs are pretty good, like especially when it comes to like the serious moments are very good. And some of the piano, and there's also a mix of some classical here and there, which makes it really good, especially with those high church voice pitches, kind of like they did with Gurren Lagann, mixed with that with Roro, Fight the Power, or Liberate Me to Hell, or whatever. It's kind of like that, except without the hip-hop, of course, which that would have been really cool, too. But anyways, overall, music-wise, OSTs and openings and endings were very good. They were very good. In fact, I have them on my iPod, on my top playlist. It's actually pretty good. The next thing I really liked about this is let's see, I talked about the story, I talked about the characters, I talked about animation, music. Now let's go to the final thing, the voice acting. Oh boy, here we go. English dub, Funimation dub versus the Japanese dub. I have to say, the Funimation dub for this one was actually pretty good, even though it is an old dub from like 2006, like the middle of '06. It's still pretty good, not too bad. I mean, it's not really like fantastic, like really, really excellent, like most of their Funimation dubs, like nowadays in the later years. Like, if you look at comparisons from old Funimation dubs to newer ones that we have today, you can tell the big difference, especially when it comes to like audio and sound-wise. You can tell they've changed a lot over the years. Now, this dub was, again, in I believe the summer of 2006, if I'm not mistaken. It was summer of '06. I have to say it was pretty good, but not like excellent or fantastic. There were some characters that sounded off here and there, but it was still pretty good. Like, most of the voice acting for the most part was pretty good. Again, for being one of the older Funimation dubs, it's still pretty good. It gets its job done. You know, it does justice to what the original does. My favorite voice actor has to be let's see. Train's voice was pretty good. I like Train's voice, and I love Spen's. Ease was pretty good also. The other characters are pretty good too. Some of them are just decent to okay, I guess. I guess this is when finally they were getting people from ADV Films moving on to Funimation. So that was really good. That's a huge step forward. So, and now compared to the Japanese dub, I have watched the Japanese. I watched about some of them. And most of the characters sounded okay. Some of them didn't sound too bad. But to me, Funimation dub wins for this one. I'm sorry. It's just that the characters sound more energetic than the Japanese version does. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, I like the Japanese dub as well. Some of the characters do pretty good, but some of them sound a little boring and not really into the character that much. I don't know why, but it seems like the Funimation dub sort of got it right with most of these characters. So, Funimation dub pretty much wins. But that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think of your opinion if you watched it. Which dub you like better, Funimation or Japanese? Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below after this review. So, my final thoughts on the series. Now, my final thoughts on the series, Black Cat is pretty much an entertaining type of anime. It's a guilty pleasure, entertaining anime. Well, you know, while the now how the story is, it's not like the most greatest story in the world, but it gets its job done pretty good, and the entertainment value is actually very, you know, over the top, at the top of its league. It's actually really good. Most of the characters, like story, like backgrounds, like what was it? Spence is pretty dark, and so was Trains, especially when he was a kid. It's very sad. Like, it's one of their most. But again, I really wish the other characters had more time to develop as well. But you know, whatever. That's just my opinion. Overall, it's a pretty damn good, entertaining, fun shonen anime. You know, I mean, I guess you could say it's like fucking fairy tale. You can say, well, all of it may not be like fantastic. Like, well, you know, the overall story seems like it's coming out of from a freaking comic book movie. It's still pretty entertaining. It still gets its job done, and it's still pretty damn genius for the most part. So, in conclusion, this anime gets a score of 8 out of 10. So 8 out of 10 gets the job done for Black Cat, and that is the end of this review. So tell me what you guys think in the comment section below if you have seen the anime, or do you think the manga is actually better than the anime if you read all 20 volumes. So yeah, that is technically it. Oh, and also the Viz Media does the volumes, all 20 of them. So if you want to check them out, go ahead. You can go to Amazon. Barnes & Noble, you can try, but some of them are just really rare to find nowadays. Yeah, it's that old. It's like 2005 it was published, so it's really hard to find nowadays. Or you could just go to Amazon and get extremely cheap prices for an old manga like this. Well, that just about does it for my Black Cat review. This is Straw Hat Ninja 89, and like always, anime fans, anime nerds, otakus, all around the world, everywhere, keep on watching and keep on reading. Peace out, guys.